somewhere in the quiet hum of tomorrow's technology, where electric motors replace roaring engines and gravity itself begins to feel negotiable, a new idea emerges from the same visionary mindset that once redefined cars, rockets, and the future of energy. Imagine a machine that feels less like a motorcycle and more like a glimpse into the next chapter of human mobility. A machine inspired by the bold innovation culture surrounding Elon Musk and the futuristic design philosophy often associated with Tesla. The concept many enthusiasts now whisper about is something extraordinary: the Tesla hover bike. At first glance, the hover bike doesn't look like something built for ordinary roads. It looks like it escaped from the future. The silhouette is sleek and aerodynamic, almost sculptural, with a floating chassis that appears suspended in midair. There are no traditional wheels. Instead, the body tapers into a streamlined frame built from carbon fiber composites and ultra-light titanium alloys, materials chosen not only for strength but also for the elegant minimalism they allow. The design language feels unmistakably modern: clean surfaces, seamless panels, and subtle illuminated accents running along the sides of the frame. At night, those soft LED lines glow like electric veins, giving the bike a presence that feels both futuristic and strangely alive. The seat floats slightly above the central body, shaped ergonomically to cradle the rider during both relaxed cruising and high-speed maneuvers. From a distance, the hoverbike appears almost silent, hovering a few inches above the ground thanks to an advanced electromagnetic lift system combined with compact turbine stabilizers. Instead of tires gripping asphalt, the bike rides on controlled magnetic repulsion and directional thrust, allowing it to glide smoothly over pavement, sand, or even shallow water. The moment the bike powers on, the experience feels dramatically different from any traditional motorcycle. There is no rumbling ignition. Instead, a soft electronic pulse travels through the chassis as the power system awakens. The propulsion unit relies on a high-density solid-state battery pack paired with dual electric ducted fans integrated into the rear section of the bike. These fans generate both lift and forward thrust, creating a hovering sensation that feels incredibly stable. When the rider gently twists the throttle, the hoverbike responds instantly. Electric torque delivers immediate acceleration, pushing the machine forward with silent confidence. There's no gear shifting, no vibration, just a smooth surge of motion that feels almost effortless. Within seconds, the bike glides forward like a hovering arrow, its stabilization system constantly adjusting micro-thrusters to maintain balance. The onboard AI monitors speed, wind conditions, terrain data, and rider posture in real time, making thousands of micro-corrections every second to keep the ride smooth and controlled. Performance is where the hover bike begins to feel truly revolutionary. Early concept projections suggest acceleration from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. Top speeds could exceed 200 miles per hour in controlled environments, though the real magic is not just the speed, it's the sensation of floating through space while moving that fast. Imagine leaning into a curve, but instead of tires gripping asphalt, the entire machine tilts gracefully in midair, guided by gyroscopic stabilization and magnetic vector control. The bike doesn't just turn, it flows through corners with an almost aircraft-like elegance. Yet despite all this performance, comfort remains surprisingly refined. The riding position balances sportiness and relaxation, with adjustable handlebars that respond to subtle body movements. The seat incorporates adaptive foam and micro-suspension technology that absorbs vibrations before they ever reach the rider. Because the bike hovers rather than rolls, traditional road bumps barely register. Cracked pavement, gravel patches, or uneven terrain simply pass beneath the bike without the jarring impacts typical of motorcycles. The result is an incredibly smooth ride that feels closer to gliding than driving. Technology plays an enormous role in shaping the hover bike's personality. Instead of a traditional dashboard, a curved transparent display floats above the handlebars. This augmented reality interface projects navigation routes, speed data, battery status, and environmental alerts directly into the rider's field of vision. The system also connects seamlessly with a smartphone or wearable device, allowing riders to plan routes, monitor performance statistics, and even customize the bike's responsiveness. Riders can choose between different riding modes, from Eco Glide for maximum range to Hyper Boost for breathtaking acceleration. Safety systems operate quietly in the background. Collision avoidance sensors scan the environment in every direction using radar and lidar technology. If the system detects an unexpected obstacle, it can automatically adjust the hover altitude or gently correct the bike's trajectory to prevent accidents. Another remarkable feature is the autonomous stabilization system. Even if the rider momentarily loses balance, the AI instantly compensates, ensuring the bike remains upright and steady. This technology dramatically reduces the risk typically associated with high-performance motorcycles. Range anxiety, often a concern with electric vehicles, is addressed through an advanced battery architecture. The solid-state pack is capable of delivering an estimated range of around 300 miles on a single charge, depending on riding style and hover altitude. Charging the bike is just as futuristic as riding it. With next-generation ultra-fast charging, the battery can recover nearly 80% of its capacity in under 20 minutes. Some concept designs even suggest wireless charging pads embedded in parking areas, allowing the bike to recharge simply by hovering into position. But numbers and technology only tell part of the story. The real magic happens when a rider takes the hover bike out onto an open stretch of road. Picture the sun rising over a desert highway. The air is cool, the sky painted in soft shades of orange and gold. As the bike powers up, a quiet electric hum replaces the usual roar of engines. With a gentle twist of the throttle, the machine lifts slightly and begins to glide forward. The sensation is unlike anything experienced on two wheels. Wind flows smoothly around the rider as the bike floats inches above the ground. The absence of rolling friction makes acceleration feel surreal, as if the laws of physics have been rewritten. The landscape begins to blur past, but the ride remains incredibly smooth. Corners approach and disappear with graceful precision. Every movement feels intuitive, almost like the bike understands the rider's intentions before they're fully expressed. In moments like this, the hover bike feels less like a vehicle and more like an extension of human movement, a machine that merges technology with instinct. And perhaps that's the most fascinating part of the entire concept. The hover bike represents more than just a futuristic motorcycle. It represents a shift in how we imagine personal transportation. No longer limited by roads, tires, or mechanical complexity, mobility becomes lighter, cleaner, and far more imaginative. If innovations like this ever move from concept to reality, they could redefine urban commuting, long-distance travel, and even emergency transportation. A hovering electric bike could navigate crowded cities, glide over rough terrain, or reach remote areas where traditional vehicles struggle. For enthusiasts, the idea sparks a powerful sense of anticipation. It suggests a world where motorcycles evolve beyond mechanical machines into intelligent, floating companions designed for speed, efficiency, and pure exhilaration. Standing next to a machine like the Tesla hover bike, one can't help but feel that the future is already whispering its arrival. The sleek frame, the silent power, the sensation of defying gravity, all of it hints at a new era where technology and imagination meet on open roads that may soon exist not just on the ground, but just above it. And if the spirit of bold innovation continues to push boundaries the way it has in recent years, the day might not be far away when riders everywhere look down at the pavement beneath them, twist the throttle, and simply rise above it.